What is going on, guys? And today I am going to do something different. Obviously, I'm not at my normal world. I'm in actually one of my old worlds, and I actually want to start a new series of me showing you guys my old worlds, and I feel like this was a good one to start with, as it's actually pretty good, at least in my opinion. First of all, I'd like to say that as you can see, like all the slides and stuff that rides, all the paths, like I actually put the effort into, like, so if you were on foot you could easily get to all the rides. As you can see, this is a path up to like the main slide area. So yeah, it's interesting how I actually put the effort into doing that. Oh, and I put some bushes in there, if you can see. Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, this I'm gonna be riding all these like slides and stuff, and let's start with this green one. Now this green one's probably I think the first one I built, and as you can see, that black one does get in a little bit of a way of the green one, which is a little bit of annoying, but it's not that big of a deal. And yeah, this one's pretty basic, but it's still decent, so I like this one. And then there you go, there's the first one. All done, yep. And the second one I made was the yellow one. But first, I'd just like to say that I designed these buildings all myself. And like I tried to use a variety of blocks to like keep it, change it up a little bit. And even when you go down this area with the fountain, like there's areas down here as well, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and I've got a fountain there. And actually, in the fountain here, if you go all the way up to the top, you can see that this fountain in the other, like, slide area, it actually goes, like, all the way down through the building, which I thought was pretty cool back then. And I still think it holds up, like, for my standards. Not that my standards are that high, well, pretty well today, so yeah, it's good. This is the yellow slide, as you can see. It gets a little bit more advanced with my building as I like go into the side of a mountain and build like the slide here. And yeah, so that's pretty much all that changes. I still have a little bit of a drop section, as you can see. Like, yeah, I like to use stained glass in that section. I don't really know why, but yeah, that's the second slide. And let's move on to the third slide, which is the black slide. This was actually the hardest one to build, as building with black concrete is very hard, as you can't see. But this is probably the best slide out of all of them. So yeah, we're dropping down, and then you drop into this tank, and then you fall all the way down, and then you pop out, and then you're going down a steep hill. This one, then you're back on land, but then you keep going down, and then you finally get to the end, and then you float back up to the top. Yeah, that one's really cool, at least in my opinion. And it actually looks really cool from like, if you look at it from like a good angle, it actually looks really cool as well. And yeah, we're going to move on to this section of slides. First of all, the red one. Let's ride it. It's probably the most basic of all the slides, but it's really cool as it got a massive drop, which I like this slide still, even though it's so short and basic. And also, I feel like I nailed the curve of that red slide. So I'm gonna come back and show you now. Like, that curve is decent, to be fair. Like, it actually kind of looks like it's circular almost, but I mean, obviously you guys probably like saying what you want about that's pretty trash. But like, for me, I'm obviously pretty trash at building, but for me that's okay, that curve, and I think that's still pretty decent to this day. And yeah, this blue slide, it's another basic one, but I like the fact that it has this like speedy area right at the end. Not that I'm going that fast, but still, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's probably one of the most basic slides, if not counting the red one. And finally, the magenta slide. This one gets a little bit more advanced again, but as I go actually back into the side of the mountain, as you can see. But I kind of didn't design this very well, as I'm constantly hitting my head and I can't really gain any speed because of that. So this is probably one of the worst ones, but it's still okay in my opinion. It's all right. None of them are particularly bad. I mean, they all aesthetically look really good. So, well, for at least for my standards. So yeah, they're fine. And yeah, there's the slide area. But of course, I made a couple more rides, and as you can see, the big slide there. Yeah, we're gonna ride that last, I think. That's actually a boat slide. So first of all, let's start with the most basic roller coaster I made. And yeah, I'm not gonna hit the button. It's actually really awkward to hit. I put it in a really awkward position, and also most of the time you're gonna hit the button, it's gonna send you backwards. So it's just kind of annoying. So yeah, that was that slide. It's very short, as you can see. Well, not slide, roller coaster, I mean. But like yeah, I really like. Well, I really like the rainbow part of that slide, but yeah. As you can see, I made leads like palm trees. They're pretty bad. Yeah, they are pretty bad, but still, it's nice that I actually put the effort into making them. And let's go on to the next roller coaster, which is like sort of a seaside one. I don't really know. I used birch wood and oak logs. Kind of looks good with like the beach theme. It's like birch wood is like planks. This kind of like sandy almost texture almost, so yeah, it kind of works with that sort of beach theme. And the plan I had for this roller coaster originally was to like make it all interlocking and sort of, and you can sort of see how it's like I did that, but it should have really been a little bit longer, I think. Yeah, I think it should have been a little bit longer. But yeah, that's that roller coaster. And finally, the roller coaster I put the most effort in is the grey roller coaster, and most of the effort actually went into building this building, which is still holds up again for me today. Like I even raised the roof so the roller coaster could go like down into it, and I even put this like little room so where the roller coaster turns around. Like this design is actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna hit the button again, as I'm often gonna get sent backwards, like into the room. But yeah, so yeah, that's why I'm not hitting the button. This roller coaster has only one drop, but I think it's decently designed. To be fair, like the curves, a lot of the curves feel like natural. They don't feel too steep. At least some of them. It was starting to at this point, like because this is not that long ago. Like it's reasonably recent, like a few years ago. No, like a couple years ago, more like I made this world. And I think like my building is like my general building and stuff, like especially my roller coaster designs and stuff like that. I started to improve here, and you can really start to see it with this roller coaster. I think that I actually did go out of my way to like build that whole house area with the roller coaster. And the whole point of the idea of this roller coaster was the fact that it was meant to be resorted around this ravine, and I put all the supports in, as you can see. And by the way, if you recognise that's from the yellow slide, it actually goes into the ravine, and even then I put like supports in for that. So you can tell with this world I actually put a lot of effort in. Yeah, there's the entrance, as you can see, like where it goes into the side of the mountain. But guys, the moment you've all been waiting for, the purple slide. It's massive. This one took me quite a while. Like it wasn't that hard to build, it's just very time consuming. But yeah, it's over pretty quickly, which is sad. But it has this really cool steep drop, which doesn't actually hit your head. You don't actually hit your head on, which is really good, I feel. And yeah, that's the big slide. And yeah, it's actually really cool, this slide. And yeah, I'm showing you from different angles at the moment. As you can see, again, I put all the supports in and stuff. There's even a way up. Like if you're walking, as I said, there's a way to get to every thing to everything in this world, like just by walking in survival mode. So yeah, you can even see all the ladders there in the bottom of the bottom of the screen before, a little while ago. You can see it there. That whole big thing is rows of ladders, that I put so many rows of ladders on that big purple slide. So yeah, that's pretty much the world. I kind of got bored at this point, when I was making it, I mean, so I left it, and that's all it's been. So thank you guys for watching. Do not forget to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy, and goodbye.